Hey everybody, welcome back to the Court of Random Opinion. My name is Lauren Neidigh. I'm here with my friend Donna Bowling. I don't have a fancy intro like Donna does, so she's agreed to perform for us this afternoon, and she's going to do that right now. And then I'm actually going to sign off. So
Okay, bye.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't agree to anything. You're just surprising me with that right now. So, everyone, on the count of three, 3, 2, 1. Can you imagine it? Whoa, whoa, it's Lauren Neidigh show. Whoa, 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 whoa.
This is horrifying. Oh God. Okay. So
You do need an intro.
I don't know. It's just not me. I'm just kind of like, hi, I'm here, and then when I leave, I'm like, bye, I'm gone. You know what I mean? It's just not me. I'm kind of not like
But,
a
like,
wet blanket, but I'm just
have
kind
you
of like,
seen-
eh.
Have you seen Elsie's intro? It's like very like Fuffo and Associates.
It's actually been stuck in my head all afternoon.
I know. We got to do something like it's got to be something up your alley. It doesn't have to be cheesy.
I don't know if I have an alley though.
We'll find an alley for you.
I'll work on it. I feel like I do belong in an alley somewhere. So, all right. So I asked Donna here to talk to me about some of this PR stuff that came out last night, but we actually had something else that came up that we're going to talk about first. This motion for alternative service on Isabella Ferrer. Did I say that right? Ferrer.
Ferrer. Yeah. Everyone always wants to say Ferrera because there's actor America Ferrera. She loves herself a Ferrer. A Ferrera. She's only friends with Ferrers and Ferreras. That Blake.
Well, I thought it was Ferrer like ferret, like
ferret. Yeah, I'm really fascinated by this development. This Isabella Ferrer.
Okay, so what's your thought on that then?
So, well, you call it motion for alternative service.
That's not the actual name of it. I just said whatever I remembered. So.
I mean, from what I've heard, and I haven't gone through the document, they've tried to serve her with a subpoena multiple times, like 5 times. Am I wrong?
Yeah, I guess I haven't tried LinkedIn yet. Yeah.
Have they tried X? Have they tried Google?
Not yet. Yeah.
That seems like a good place. So allegedly, they've tried to, not allegedly, according to the court documents, they've tried to serve her with a subpoena through her address, through her agent, through her lawyer or whatever. I can't remember specifically.
And it was the attorney, I think.
The attorney. I'm surprised they haven't gone through the agent or manager. They should try to do it on Zach Peters' stage.
God damn it. Well, that's unfortunately that was his last stop, wasn't it, in LA? So
I find this fascinating that it looks to me like she's avoiding getting served with the subpoena.
I mean, that's the logical conclusion at this point, yeah. I mean,
what are your thoughts around
it? She deleted the woman from her Instagram mostly, if not entirely, right? That was like 4 months ago. And so now she seems to me like somebody who was in over her head. This was like her first really major gig, as far as I know. And now she's like freaking out a little bit. That is my assumption. I have no insight into her personal life or anything like that. But from what it looks like, that is my first kind of knee-jerk reaction to that.
So what would you do if you're in a position like hers? And, listen, I spoke about this from a Taylor Swift perspective earlier on my show.
What does that mean?
I sang it. I just sang. I broke out in song. When you speak in a Taylor Swift perspective, you just sing. No, okay. I spoke on because a lot of people are on the fence with Taylor Swift when it comes to Justin Baldoni because some people feel like Taylor screwed over Justin in some roundabout way. Because
what side of the fence are you on?
With Taylor?
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind Taylor at all. I actually like her. I went through a period of oversaturation, but I'm actually back on her side right now. But I don't think she had anything to do with a takedown of Justin Baldoni. And my reasoning for that is I think that she just was a good friend to Blake. Yeah. And when you are a good friend to someone, you tend to believe them when they tell you that they're being treated badly by someone.
That's what I said too. Yeah, that's what I said too. And I've said that about a lot of people, honestly, when people get like dragged in comments in the press, even like Andrew Garfield, who's like kind of adjacently related to this because he's like, I guess, like kind of friend with Ryan. I'm like, nah, I don't really think, I think if I were in his shoes, I would be like erring on the side of my friend, So
exactly. And that's why I think that some of these people like Isabella really, truly got thrown into a very vulnerable situation. She's a new girl, first movie ever. And it's so obvious. It's so obvious that she liked Justin and she thought he was a good guy and she had a great experience on set. We have proof
Yeah.
of it. She
Yeah, that
was
much is
not,
clear. Yeah.
it's so obvious. And then Blake got her hands on her. And if you don't see it like that, I think that you're blinded by a fascination that Justin Baldoni is this horrendous person. Because it's truly, I believe, I don't want to like use the word grooming wrong, but I think Blake Lively truly did groom Isabella and multiple people of on that set. Because you know why? And I said this earlier on my show, we got an insight to what the producers of the movie, Jamie Heath and all of them were texting back and forth about this in January and February.
Yep.
And Jamie Heath sent that one TikTok of Mandy's that said, wow, it's almost like this woman was with them on the set. And what Mandy Magnan, what her,
I know Mandy, yeah.
I can't know if I'm saying that right.
I don't know if the last name, I'm not sure.
Okay.
The first name
what
is.
her TikTok was about was saying, I don't think that anyone's had real complaints about it. Jenny Slate, Isabella, anything. I think that they were all just being like kind of gossip girly, and Blake got into their heads. And Jamie Heath highlighted that TikTok. There were so many videos, but he highlighted that TikTok in the group thread and said, wow, it's almost like she was there.
Think about like when I look at that, I'm thinking about like the stuff that I say to you guys in the group chat, right? And it's like I'm complaining about people, but I'm not making a complaint. So that's how I look at it. I'm like, well, she was probably like in a group of people where she was gossiping about like whatever Blake was telling her, and now Blake is like, oh, she made a complaint. No, she complained to you based on what you were saying without the full knowledge of the situation, and now you're trying to pass it off as she made an HR complaint, which I think is bullshit. So.
Exactly. And I could easily, if I went all the way and tried to sue someone that we all just maybe gossiped about here and there, I guess I could go as far as being like, well, every single one in that text message also had the same feelings as me. But that may not be true. Maybe all of you guys just were being nice to me and kind of being like, yeah, Donna, I get it. I feel you, rolling your eyes behind the scenes, but you were just kind of being there for me as a friend. Sometimes you have to do that to pacify your friend.
Yeah.
And just be like, it's okay. I get it.
Yeah.
Or Isabella, Taylor, all of them, maybe they really believed Blake, including Ryan. Maybe they really believed Blake. But Isabella screwed up because she and Brandon and all of these people, Colleen, all of them, I don't feel bad for them because they Isabella's so young, and that's the only part of it that I feel bad for. But they chose Blake, and they didn't stick with whatever, maybe they didn't think about the other side. And now it feels like she's running away from having to admit the truth.
The running, definitely, I agree with. I think I definitely err on the side of like giving people the benefit of the doubt, even when that sucks for me. So you're always going to see me do that first. And I think with her, she's like I said, this is the first gig that I've ever heard of her being in. I feel like I want to be extra cautious with blaming her, I guess. And like I feel a little sorry for her, even if I shouldn't, just because it takes a lot for me to point at a girl or a woman and be like, what, she knew what she was doing. I don't like her. You know what I mean? And that's something that was difficult for me in the beginning with Blake as well. And so like, you're not going to see me come out against a lot of people and be like, I think this person sucks and they're this and that, because even if they're the thoughts in the back of my mind, I'm like, this doesn't add up. I'm always going to be looking for other answers. I'm always going to look for other reasons before I come out and I say like, I blame this person or that. And that's just, I think a lot of that's due to my relative inexperience. And I'm just honest about that because like, I've never looked at anything like this before or covered anything like this before. So, but that's just kind of how I feel right now. I'm still there, I think.
Do we have any insight on Jenny Slate, Brandon Sklenar, Colleen Hoover? Have they been subpoenaed?
No idea. Colleen, I feel like I'm a little. Colleen is someone that I'm a little bit more critical of.
Definitely.
Yeah, I think
she really screwed Justin over. She was a bad friend.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know shit about Brandon Sklenar, so I can't say much about Brandon other than I heard he was like offered the Batman role, maybe, or he's at least up for it. Is that true?
Yeah, I mean, their careers are doing great. All three of them.
Okay.
All three of them. Jenny Slate was just a star in that Dying for Sex series with Michelle Williams. Brandon Sklenar's doing movies left and right. And Colleen Hoover has this new movie. Colleen Hoover's selling her books into movies left and right. They're all doing phenomenal. They've all removed themselves from the equation. And here's a really interesting point, and I do think optics are so important in these days and these weeks. And the fact that none of them, okay, Isabella's fine, she's young or whatever, but she was very
Right.
close with Blake in those weeks after the movie came out. Remember, they would
Mhm.
go out to lunch and dinner.
Yeah, that
But
much
the
is
fact,
definitely clear, yeah.
yeah, the fact that Jenny Slate and Brandon Sklenar have not made one moment to ever be seen publicly with Blake and Ryan in any case, in any scenario, is very odd.
Yeah, it's pretty weird.
It's a telling moment.
It's all weird. Well, I mean, that kind of goes back to like Taylor and people speculating like we haven't seen Taylor with her or whatever in the middle of all this, and it's kind of like, well, we all know how that turned out. So
And then today on my live, one of my comments was the fact that Taylor hasn't supported Blake is obvious. That's a pretty obvious sign. But the fact that Blake and Ryan also very clearly did not support Taylor's a huge announcement last night that's the nail in the coffin. And if you're not recognizing that that friendship is over, then you're really blind. I mean, like, because there's people that are still holding out that they're really still friends behind the scenes.
I can see that. There's definitely and it's a lot of it is like the Taylor Swift fan base where there's like we don't want to go there, but unfortunately I think it's gonna not end well for them. They're gonna unfortunately have to realize at some point like this is just not.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, she's just not who anybody thought she was. Like, you know.
Yeah, Blake is meanwhile buying all the orange glitter she can find. She's like she's trying to like find a way to maximize the orange glitter SEO on her end.
What does that even mean? Orange glitter SEO?
Well, you know, like she's you know how she's always trying to like nail the search engine optimization for everything.
Yeah.
So Taylor Swift, her whole thing is orange.
I didn't know that
thing is orange, and it's a glitter album, and it's called The Last Showgirl. Knowing Blake, she's probably going to find a way to be like, I love the movie Showgirls. She's going to find a way to like get in there.
Yeah. That's interesting. No, I didn't even know much about the whole Taylor Swift thing. I saw like, I don't know if it's like theorized or like something song titles or whatever that I saw on Reddit today, and I was like, is this real? Like, do people actually like know this stuff, or is this just like random?
I think there's always so many leaks, and then 90% of it is just BS. But sometimes they are true. But everyone always thinks that they have these leaks. You know, we'll see.
So Taylor Swift, to me, all of my ex-girlfriends in the last several years have been obsessed with Taylor Swift, like obsessed with Taylor Swift to the point where I was just like, you know what, this isn't my thing. And so when I finally separated myself from that, I was just like, you know what, she's all right. But I don't love her enough to know these things. So.
I feel like what your opening song should be for your show should be a Taylor Swift coded energy. Like you're going to become a Swiftie by the end of this.
I don't know about all that. I mean, I'm not going to say no, but I don't know about all that. I don't see a path there.
Do you like football?
Yeah.
Do you like Travis Kelce?
He's all right. Yeah.
Okay. We'll get you there.
Okay. Well,
what if Taylor Swift came out and said Justin Baldoni was wronged by Blake Lively? Would you become a Swiftie?
Would I become a Swiftie? No. Would I make a big deal out of it? Yes. So
you wouldn't walk around starting to sing all her songs?
No. No, I wouldn't do that. No.
Come on. I would.
No, but I would play it up a lot for sure. Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna pull up this thing that came out last night that I was texting you about.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can make it bigger. The whole thing is kind of blurry, so it's not gonna be great quality, but we all know what it says at this point. So, so I was looking at this, and the first thing that obviously stuck out to me was the integral part here is to execute without fingerprints. And this is a document from the former TAG employees talking to the Wayfair parties about their prospective, I guess, PR strategies, which is not something that was set in stone at that point, to my knowledge. But this part without fingerprints is something that stuck out to me because I knew that was something that, you know, we know a few people who were going to cling to that. That was always going to be the case. And untraceable, I guess, is something you could say is like adjacently or like at least kind of the same as without fingerprints. I disagree that that's the same thing. I think untraceable is like something you couldn't even find with discovery and stuff like that. I think without fingerprints is to the naked eye, within reason, you can't figure it out who did this.
Yeah.
So I don't know if that kind of elicited any response from you when you saw this first part of this, as far as like the digital remediation and stuff like that.
Well, when I first saw it, you know, the first thing I see it as is when we were texting about it last night, when you and Omar were talking about it live, I always look at these kinds of things as selling yourself bigger than anything you can possibly do. Like when you're trying to get a job, or it's like a dating website, right? Like when you're trying to get a job or trying to get a date, like you sell yourself as being like hotter and thinner and taller and
wow,
longer.
suddenly I know all of my problems.
You know what I mean? Like you're always trying to kind of sell yourself stronger than anything you can potentially really do. Not saying that they couldn't do any of this. I'm just saying this was their pitch email. This was their throw it all in the basket, like anything we can potentially do, because we're selling you on a service that's going to cost you a shit ton of money. $30,000 a month is a big amount of money. So we're not trying to like minimize a job. We're trying to maximize every potential thing. We're going all in on this. This was our way to give you every potential outcome that would be the best possible thing. Yeah. It looks, from an outsider's perspective that doesn't understand this industry or business at all, it looks like, holy shit, this is crazy if they were able to do this.
Right.
But then if you do some digging into this business, and I ended up talking to someone who works in this industry.
Okay.
And I was able to find out a little bit more. So I guess I should tell you.
Yeah.
No, but keep going. I will in a minute.
So this is kind of the price point of it all, the $30,000 per month. I saw before this that figure brought up, and I saw people who, like, they're not in the PR space or anything like that, and neither am I, so I couldn't really respond much to it. But like, I saw people who were not in the PR space saying, this here is not something that you would charge per month for these services. Like, that's way too high. But then I was thinking, like, I don't really know for people who are like rich Hollywood stars, how much attention they require, what kind of services they require, and that kind of stuff. Is this like a standard figure for this kind of thing?
So according to my source, who, just to give you a background on this person works in Hollywood in the PR space and works, used to work in, used to work in crisis PR. So very specifically, but works in Hollywood. So works with celebrities. Now works more just on like I would say more of like a film PR space. So not specifically with celebrities, but I specifically asked, what is a price for crisis PR? And she said it really ranges, because sometimes it's just like, we got to manage one article, right? So if it's a one article thing and it's a one-time thing, it's going to be like a $5,000 situation one time. But if you're worried about a massive, like, whoa, we have a huge thing going against them, and they're, 10 articles are coming out, 50 articles are coming out, and the creators are all going after, whatever. And this is a multi-month thing. We're talking about all hands on deck. And she said it can range from $5,000 a month to upwards of $25,000 to $50,000 a month, depending on what the situation is. So price-wise, they're right on top. Okay. I mean, right in the range.
I feel like a lot of people probably just like their mind blows at that, because it's like, that's what a lot of hardworking people make in a year or less, So it's kind of like hard to read that and not think like something else is going on here. No. A lot of us just haven't seen this before. So.
Yeah, and if you think about like attorney fees are psychotic too.
Nuts,
so like,
yeah.
they're spending so much money on all of these things. PR, attorneys, agents. Agents get paid a percentage, so it's not coming out of your pocket. It's kind of coming out of whoever's paying you. But you're paying so much money, but they're also making so much money. So it's totally a different vibe. But also, you have to understand that in this position, they were literally thinking, I mean, they had no idea what was coming, but they were literally thinking, you're protecting yourself. It's almost like getting life-saving treatment during cancer. You're protecting yourself from the potential of career death. They assumed it was going to go as bad as it eventually did. Mm-hmm. And if that's the case, they had to kind of attack on all fronts. That's what you got to do. And it's scary. It's horrible. But I think they knew that they were dealing with Blake.
Yeah. Well, she'd obviously like tortured them to a point. Then
they weren't dumb. Blake is truly, I mean, I don't want to use that word, but like she is a nightmare. You can see it in the way she's handling everything now. You can imagine what she was like working with her on set.
Yeah, that would be a hard pass for me. I just feel like, oh God, it sucks so much that they even hired her for this film. Like, I imagine like all the ways this could have gone differently, and I'm like, God damn. Like, you could have hired somebody who was, like relatively unknown, I guess, and still done very well, because the book fandom, I think, which I didn't read the books, made the movie successful, from what I've heard. So yeah.
No, it could have been anyone. It literally could have been like a light box. It could have been a cardboard cutout, and it would have been a better situation than this, right?
Yeah. All right. So there's some of this stuff here that I wanted to look at too. Let's see. So the stuff about monitoring and like looking at derogatory comments, that seems pretty like tame. Like what does that matter? I feel it's like a common sense thing to do.
That's
like
just looking. That's watching.
Yeah,
monitoring. We're all monitoring right now. Big deal.
Some of this stuff is like, well, yeah. I mean, I would totally do some heavier stalking online for $30,000 a month, but whatever. Okay. So what does this mean? Utilize CTR manipulation and contextual links to push up positive PR.
Well, I mean, it's basically. Hold on, I want to read it closer. Utilize CTR manipulation and I know it's so hard to read. Oh, that's better.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's basically everything that they're trying to do is trying to it's like Google SEO, right? So they're trying to, if you Google Justin Baldoni, they didn't want all the bad links to come up first. Anything negative. It's basic SEO. It's like when it's exactly what we were just talking about. Like how Blake Lively operates, when she was trying to say how she wants to, how she talks about things in her stories about yummy and this and that.
Damn it. Yeah.
Yeah,
I forgot about that.
we really believe that she's pushing. Yes, CTR is click-through rate. Thanks, Isabella. Exactly. But we really think that she's operating exactly. You don't think that she has crisis PR that she's working with? Of course she does. She hired
Nick Shapiro,
CIA dude. Exactly. So she's doing the exact same thing on her end. It's like, you don't want to Google Blake Lively and have all the negative Plantation Princess stuff coming up. So instead, she's going to operate in any way so that if you Google her, it's going to be like, her hair care line makes your hair so beautiful. Yeah,
I don't know about the hair care line. I said I was going to try it at one point. It's like I'll do a review of her hair care line. I didn't do it.
It would be really great if you bought like an amazing wig, and then you like said
I did that. Yeah.
You went into
I was like, I reviewed Blake Lively's hair care line.
Wait, did I miss this video?
Let's find it. Hang on, I can find it.
Stop it, because that would be amazing that you went in the shower and then
I didn't show myself in the shower. That would have been a way better idea.
I'm gonna use her hair, and then you come out, but it can't be a good wig. It needs to be like the craziest, ugliest wig in your life.
It was the only wig I owned.
It needs to like look like this.
That's a plant. But
it needs to look like a frizzy piece of shit hair.
Oh my God. Okay.
Stop, I'm dying.
So, hang on. Let me see if the sound is out here. No, that's not it.
Letter to Judge Lively? What was that? Letter to the judge?
Letter to Judge Lyman about how the hair care line must be protected, because they did that
His name should be Judge Lively.
As promised, I'm going to try Blake Lively's hair care line so you don't have to.
Forever ago.
Oh my God. I don't have lesbian pattern baldness anymore. This is incredible. I tried to look at what's in it, but the back of the bottle just said, attorney's eyes only. Smells like donuts. This was obviously a parody. Please don't sue me. As promised, I'm going to...
I should have said, please don't subpoena me. Yeah, right, dude. I mean, lawsuit's probably coming.
Lauren, you got to do more of those.
Oh God, I don't know. That took a lot out of me. I had to put a whole wig on. So
you didn't even stand up. You literally just sat down and put a wig on. What do you mean it took so much out of you?
I stood up, I put the wig on, and then I sat back down.
You're also an actress. Literally.
The wig smells like shit, by the way.
Oh my God, hilarious. Blake Lively's coming after you because she's jealous of your acting skills.
That's probably true.
You could have been Lily Bloom.
God damn. Woo. No, thank you. I got a hard pass on that one. Oh my God.
Can you imagine it's you and Justin Baldoni dancing in the bar?
I mean, if I ever meet that man, I'm going to recreate that. Yeah, it's gonna be nasty. All right. Anyways,
God.
so this there was something about properly and strategically monitor damaging Reddit subreddits, blah blah blah, which again is just monitoring. This can be done with legacy admin for each platform. But they said something about using relationships.
Mhm.
What is that? Is that like a normal thing or?
Well, okay, I'll tell you at the end what I found out about what's normal, but relationships from what I gathered is and you can take all this with a grain of salt or you can take it for real because like I said, they're trying to get the job. And so if I'm trying to get the job, I used to be a consultant, a podcast coach consultant. And if I'm trying to get the job, I'm going to like sell myself like I'm, the most amazing thing in the world. So it's very possible that they're like relationships with maybe they had some connections higher up at TikTok, at, Meta or whatever. And they were like, yeah, we're going to utilize those relationships. Is that real? Is that actually something that can be done? I don't know. I think that feels very illegitimate to me. I don't know if like Google, YouTube, X would be very excited to see that that's something that like is being sold, to be honest.
Yeah.
Because I would imagine that they would be like, we don't operate like that. You can't come to us and say like, because I hate to bring up politics, but do you remember with like wasn't it with like the laptop story, Hunter Biden, like the story came out that they were Meta was like pushing down those stories.
I don't know. I vaguely know about all that, but I don't know the details, so I'm not sure.
But I think that like there's been lawsuits around this where certain social media like suppresses certain stories. Usually it's like political stuff. And then it comes out in a lawsuit. So if that's a thing, it feels like a really, really big deal. So I don't know if that's a real thing or not, or just like a selling you on something.
Huh. Well, I mean, it sucks now because they're getting exposed for that. So
yeah,
but I guess they're kind of at peace with putting it all out there after they de-designated their attorney's eyes only stuff and all that. So I think it's at this point it's like scorched earth, like just nah, screw it.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. Actively sway the algorithm with one SEO charged hub/site created and overseen by the team. Would that have been the lawsuit info?
Actively sway the algorithm with one SEO charged site created and overseen by the team. Feels like it.
Is that why she's going so hard on trying to subpoena the people behind the lawsuit info at this point? Because like the agency behind that website, she's like trying to get communications between them and the lawyers. I'm like, what do you think you're going to learn that you haven't already learned? Because they only put court documents on that website.
I know it's a very strange choice to subpoena
She's just trying
them.
to go scorched earth on everybody that's done anything she doesn't like. And I'm just like, there's nothing for you to find here. Logically, nothing for you to find.
It almost feels like they're trying to see like, well, they just want to see communications. They want to be like, what did they email you to put that up there? And what did they say about it? And did you have to falsify anything or whatever? Or maybe, I don't know. I mean, they literally got a job to put info on a website. I don't understand how that's subpoena-able, but
yeah.
But I think, that's what it is. Actively sway the algorithm with one SEO charged hub site created and overseen. Yeah, that seems like the website.
Okay. So the rest of this is like pretty standard, except for this part, taking down full Reddit and all social accounts as needed. So what does that mean? Like, are they like attacking accounts that are saying stuff that's not true?
Well, taking down Reddit. So I've learned about this because I've, been in that process of trying to do that before with some crazy, fake things that have been said about me. Reddit is almost impossible to get accounts banned or like subreddits account banned, but you can do it if it's like really, if they break certain laws. It just costs a lot of money, but they were obviously had money to spend. So they were willing to do that. Taking down social accounts, I guess if you have the right connections at TikTok or whatever, you can get certain accounts banned. Yeah. But as you know, like you can just pop up a new account everywhere. Like they come up like cockroaches, right? Like you can ban an account, they come right back up. It really
that never works out. Yeah.
What'd you say?
That never works out. It never works.
No. So I mean, as you know, whatever they were planning on doing here wouldn't have worked. if they were even planning on doing, like, if there was really, really bad stuff to come out about Justin, it wouldn't have worked. It would have come out.
Yeah.
It would have come out because it's just exactly what Blake is doing right now.
Mm.
It's still bad on Blake's end. She's paying probably so much money on crisis PR.
Yeah.
And we are all she's still in crisis.
Like, Jesus, clearly.
It's not working because I don't know if we're past the point of being able to utilize crisis PR in this day and age. And that's a really interesting conversation to have. Is the social media landscape and the content creator landscape too big for crisis PR now? There's too many voices. You can't monitor it anymore. And it's actually really interesting. But the point is that they didn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
They never hired this Katie and Tag for $30,000 a month.
Right. And there's documents to support that. So,
but I spoke back to my source. I spoke to this girl about it. And I said, I want you to look at this document and tell me, is there anything in this document that is out of the scope of normal crisis PR? Because she's worked on this for years. And she said, absolutely not. The only thing that makes me question it is it doesn't seem legit. And I said, what do you mean? It doesn't seem legit. She goes, because there's too many names in writing. Why is this in writing? It feels like fake. And I said, well, it's coming from an actual legal document. And she goes, why would they put this in writing? She goes, they never would put this in writing.
And this is coming from the PR firm who did crisis PR for Depp, right?
Yeah, but that's what she is saying. She's like, this is so strange that you would actually put this in writing with names like Blake. Like you would say client, maybe.
Yeah, it's pretty weird. Especially the exposed behavior. Yeah.
It's a stupid move.
Yeah.
They acted really stupidly here to say Justin Baldoni, Blake Lively, we're going to, erase all. Like it was a bad move, honestly. And that's the biggest thing I can take here is that you absolutely have to be smarter about what you're putting in writing on text, on email, in documents from here on forth, because they had no idea this lawsuit was going to happen and this was going to be exposed. But look at this.
Yeah, all without fingerprints. And then it's like, by the way, we're going to do all this shit to Blake.
Blake Lively will be exposed by it's like crazy.
Yeah, it's so crazy. Man.
It is really weird that this was so like out in the open in an email.
Yeah. I mean, God, I feel like the publicists and stuff, and I said this from the beginning when I first started like reading all this stuff, I was like, I was not a huge fan of how a lot of the publicists operated because it's like some of what you're doing, just as a layperson who's never seen this before, I'm like, that was so fucking stupid. How could you be so stupid?
Yeah.
And then for them to come out and think that the PR teams paid me, I was like, have you heard what I said about the PR people?
I know. I know. And honestly, I mean, truthfully, I still don't believe that there was a smear campaign, and I still don't believe any of it. But I don't think that everyone's acted in the best smart way. Like, I think that they've made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah. I don't know. There was a time where I thought maybe they did some stuff that was out of pocket as far as like the PR stuff. And now I know that's not true because I'm just like, well, obviously they didn't have to do anything because this lady's coming after me. So,
yeah. No, I mean... But I think it's a very interesting conversation just in general about they didn't end up having to do anything, but even if, I'm just curious if things didn't work out the way that they did, if Blake would have just not put him in the basement, if Blake didn't put him in the basement and just walked with him and took pictures with him on that red carpet, we wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, for me, it comes back to the New York Times too. It's like if she had just put out her lawsuit, the mainstream media would have picked up on that like so much. She didn't have to go to the New York Times and conspire for months.
True.
So that kind of takes away some credibility, I think.
Exactly. But I'm saying even before, think about it. The reason why we're here is because she got so paranoid about the smear campaign because she started to get all of the bad press because people started to freak out saying, why is Justin not with her on the red carpet?
Yep.
So had she just been on the red carpet with him, no one would have been like, Why aren't they following each other? Why aren't they on the red carpet? And then the sleuths wouldn't have been like, what's going on? And then we wouldn't have started to dive deep into her past. So it's like, it was a sliding doors moment. It was like that one moment that she made that she thought she was asserting her dominance ruined her own career.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Because she wouldn't have gone after him for sexual harassment had she not believed that there was that smear campaign. She said that to Megan Twohey, basically.
Right. Not a big fan of Megan Twohey at this point.
Oh, really? Your bestie, Megan? I mean, come on. What a mess.
Not a fan. Yeah, not a fan.
What a mess.
I won't like call her things that I've called other people, but like at the same time, like I don't like her. I'm not a fan. I don't like what she did. I don't like the way that she kind of made herself an icon to this Me Too movement and then took that for granted and recklessly, abandoned any and all care for that movement while she did this. So not a fan.
Do you think that she ruined her legacy through this case?
Not until it's in court and settled. Not settled, but decided. I think that people can still make excuses until once it comes out, like a judgment comes out. And I believe that they will be successful in defending themselves against the sexual harassment allegations, which is the core of this whole Me Too thing. So once that is said and done and they're successful in defending themselves and saying like there was no sexual harassment here, then I think you can no longer trust Megan Twohey's judgment. So.
Oh, I thought you meant they were going to be like Blake was going to be successful in the sexual harassment.
No, fuck that.
Freaking out. I was freaking out, Lauren. I was like, wait, what?
Well, there was no sexual harassment, so good luck with that.
Okay. Yeah. So yes. So you think in your mind, Justin Baldoni's and Wayfarer's side are going to defend themselves successfully?
I have no question about that. No question.
Yeah. I mean, there's no evidence of it. So how you can't, I mean, a jury cannot convict him of sexual harassment from where we are right now. There's no evidence of it. So that being said, if that's the case, you think Megan Twohey is going to look like a laughingstock, that she took her word for it and just went with it?
I think she's going to look way worse than a laughingstock. I think she's going to look like a cunt.
Well, you just said you weren't going to say it.
Well, I wasn't going to, and then I did. So
back to the golf claps for Lauren.
Fuck that. No golf claps, please. I don't play golf. Hang on. So, because what's going on here? I get somebody saying, "Sorry, Lauren, reach out for help. We're here." What are you talking about?
Does she look like she needs help?
Is everything okay? I don't know. Maybe it's because I had somebody comment in my last video like, "Lauren, sorry about your pink eye." I'm like, I don't have pink eye. I'm like, I have to wear these glasses because I work all day staring at a screen, and if I don't wear them,
smart.
Oh, that's just given. If I don't wear them, I get red eyes, and so like I have a red eye right now. And
are you stoned?
No, not yet. Maybe later. No, not yet. But no, I have a red eye. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think of. It's like people were commenting on that. I was like, yeah, somebody broke into my house and gave me pink eye too. I was like, you guys in the comments are like way too wild sometimes.
No, you seem fine. You seem like in a good mood. I've seen you before when you're not in a great mood, but today you seem like a great mood.
Yeah, I guess. I feel way better now that somebody is worried about me. So, what the hell? Oh, you got to do a lot of pressure on this, and we're here for you. I'm good, man. Don't worry about it. I'm good. I'm back home now. So.
What's going on with your legal battles?
I mean, I said my piece. I think we were all worried about, after she withdrew, we were worried about just like saying our piece on the docket to where it'd be official, like, hey, this bitch never met and conferred with me. And I'm not even talking about Blake. I'm talking about her lawyer. Like, that was a bitch move, in my opinion. You can say all day long to me, like, legally they can get away with this or that. But we're not in a court of law right now. We're operating in the public space. And that was a bitch move. So, just being able to say, like, hey, this didn't happen and have that be a part of the official record was enough for me. I knew, because I talked to my friend Alex a lot, who's one of my closer friends. And I don't talk about him a lot because he's just like a personal... I keep my personal friends and my like YouTube people separate, so I don't talk about them a lot. But
you have other friends? That's
so many
weird.
So many other friends. It's crazy.
That's not cool.
No, so I talked to Alex a lot, and he told me it was unlikely that I was going to get a protective order or anything like that. But he's like, you can still ask for it. I don't think what I was saying was not necessarily unreasonable or out of pocket. So like, just ask for it and see what happens. And so like the judge obviously never responded to that, but at the same time, all I wanted was my kind of objection to that on the record. Like, you're saying that you did this and you didn't. And I just want everyone to know, like, you're full of shit. So
it sucks.
It sucks and it doesn't at the same time. I've kind of moved on, you know. I mean, I'll never stop talking about it at this point because I'm like, I want everyone to know what a piece of shit you are. But like, I don't feel emotional about it.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. No, you handled it so well. I loved every single moment of watching you in the battle of it. Like I felt like you handled it so professionally. You were gracious, you were smart. You did it all on your own. I mean, I'm sure you got help, but you didn't have to hire an attorney. You really you clapped back at people really well. You got great press. I just really really admired the way that you handled it.
I appreciate that. Well, I mean, here's Leanne with us who helped
Aw,
me a
hey
lot.
Leanne.
Yeah, and obviously it was Cassidy. We were all kind of in that together. Ashley, Omar got really busy with work, but he still took some time to talk me through it. And then, of course, there's like, and I'm like, there's people that I really like have in my life who I respect how smart they are. They're lawyers. Like I've said, I've had a lot of like smart attorneys in my life who are my close friends, but I'm like, I want to kind of leave them out of this because I don't know. I'm worried about how that might kind of come back on them because they're a little more public facing. Or like I had a friend who works in acting, and I'm not going to say too much about her either because I was like, I don't want this to come back on them if there's like all
Is
of
her
a
name
sudden.
Blake?
No,
Oh, okay.
no.
Okay, just making sure.
No, she's an actress, and we've had a relationship for a while, like a close relationship for a while, and it's like
Ooh.
if I
Ooh.
get not that kind,
Okay.
but if I get picked up somehow in the press and it comes out that I've like said all these things or somehow it comes back and looks bad on me, that's going to reflect on the people in my life. And so I started to worry about those relationships, and I was like, I can't have these people anywhere near it. And I think that kind of the way that affected my personal life in those small ways that I think most people didn't realize or think about. That's what bothered me the most, because it did unfortunately cause a rift there that I'm not sure can be repaired at this point. So, because I did eventually got my weird screenshot face on like page 6 and like
Wait, what's your face?
It was that one.
That was it.
That one, but like worse.
I liked it.
You saw it, but like so I got on all these outlets that I've never spoken to those reporters or anything like that. I never talked to anyone from those outlets. They just like pulled me up and they put out this kind of generic headline that would get clicks, which was YouTuber accuses Blake Lively of harassment. And then they have, of course, comments from the lawyers that they ask them for comment. They don't ask me. And so they have like half a story in there. And it's like, well, I understand why this person or, these people, I guess, couldn't really have anything to do with me at that point. It was kind of like, it sucks. But at the same time, it also put that into perspective. I was like, do I want these relationships if they're that fragile? If like anything that I do could affect it that much.
Okay, that's really, I'm sorry to say, but that's really fucked up of whoever those people are. They're obviously not there as good friends. No, you have to, I always notice that like the real people the people that aren't sticking with you when you're going through the tough times or struggles in any way, those aren't your people. I mean, they're definitely not your people. Like you really develop, you figure out who your people are when you're going through the tough times.
Yeah, I just wasn't ready to do that,
I noticed the way that they were kind of framing those articles with you. It was crazy because anyone that didn't understand these the ins and outs, they just see this random picture and they call you a YouTuber. And it's so
technically true, but like also this is not what I do for a living. So like what? Okay.
No, and it's so fucked because if you don't know who you are and you don't know the ins and outs of Lauren and your heart and your energy and the work that you've put towards this and like the reason you're doing this for the justice of it, not because you're trying to take down someone. Like that's the thing. People always think we're here for takedowns. We're not. We're here to actually just try to kind of get justice for the good guys. Yeah. That's really honestly what it is. And it sucks because I saw comments like on random, page 6 little things or whatever on Instagram. Of course you did. You're a human being and you're here and you're seeing it. And like I saw you were like defending yourself in the comments and I was defending you in the comments too because people are like, oh, another person trying to mooch off of Blake or whatever, stupid.
Hey, Shannon, I just want Blake to leave me the fuck alone, but all right.
How about Blake trying to mooch off of you?
Yeah, right.
Like leave us alone, Blake. She's already she's sucking the life out of the world.
Kind of seems that way, doesn't it?
It's very frustrating. It's very annoying.
Well, I mean, I want to, in the aftermath of all that, I want to be honest. Like some of what they were intending to do with those, which I keep saying and explaining to everyone in depth, why this was clearly never an evidence gathering process. It was solely for intimidation and to cause harm to people who were talking about her in a way she didn't like. She was unfortunately successful. And I think that I try not to talk about it too much because I know that that's painful and it's still fresh. But she was unfortunately successful in that. It did disrupt my personal life in a lot of ways. So
that's really fucked up and sad.
Yeah, but it is what it is. I mean, I had to learn. And like I said before, like when I was in the beginning of all this, I was like, I have to grow up really fast. There's a lot that I don't know how to deal with, and I'm going to have to figure it out right now. So, but it happened and it's over now. So,
you know, number one, I'm going to cry because like this kind of stuff like really affects me. Are you crying too? Like,
no.
Okay, because I'm going to cry for you.
I'm going to be a grown-up and wait to cry until after we're done. God.
Okay, do you have pink eye?
I don't have pink eye. I have like red eyes from staring at the screen all day.
Like I was watching Elsie's video earlier and I showed it on my show. I showed a part of it.
That was so sad, yeah.
No, I'm not okay with it.
Really well, you know.
No, she's the best. I like all hail Elsie, okay?
Yeah.
But what Zach has gone through in the last few days and what Elsie has gone through in the last few days, and I'm just going to throw me in the ring as well, and then what you've gone through, and some of our closer creator friends, I know Leanne was here in the comments as well, so many people that I've grown to really love are taking just like abuse, like, and it's so strange. It's so strange because it's like, we're not here to attack. We're really not. We're not here to attack. We're here just to share our opinions on a public case.
Yeah.
It's very sad. But to hear that you're going through, or any of you guys are going through these like hard things in your personal lives, or that, you know, I mean, I lose sleep over it. It hurts. It hurts to get this kind of hate. But to lose real friends over it is very, very hard. I'm really sorry.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard. But at the same time, there's people like, and recently I talked about my friend Rachel, who, you know, actually somehow randomly by coincidence. And Rachel's been like an amazing person. And I feel like, you know, I have people like that around me too, where it's like, I haven't known her, you know, very long, but I feel like she's just like somebody that I admire a lot and I appreciate everything that she's done for me. And she was very supportive. So it's like, I lost some things. Yeah. But I also got a lot out of it. So.
Yeah. Yeah. You do end up finding out that, like, you know, the good outweighs the bad. We just focus on the bad because the bad it hurts so much, you know, and it takes so much energy and whatever, but you'll find your people, you know. One thing about being a creator that I noticed from the beginning is like your closest friends, your real life friends never like your content. That's one thing that
I just refuse to talk to them about it. I'm like, absolutely not. We're done. And so that was part of the problem. It's because I've been so protective of that I won't talk to them about it. I'm like, when I go to my family's house, my mom and dad are asking me about this stuff. I'm like, don't ask me about that. I won't talk about it. Yeah. And so like I was forced into a situation where I no longer had a choice. So it sucked.
Wow.
Yeah.
Come to Dosers Live and give me a real life hug and we can dance.
I want to. That's what, like what is that, 2 weeks?
August 23rd.
Oh, okay, so a little.
I will. That's not true. Traveler Landed. Please don't spread false things.
All right, we're not doing. We're not doing that. I don't like that here. Like, I don't like that. First of all, I don't do politics here. Second, I respect everyone's opinions, even if they're not mine. And third, I don't like when people come here and like say stuff about my friends, because like it's not helpful to me. And I feel like it's just like, you're allowed to have those opinions, just like you're allowed to have them about me. I'm not going to tell you that, but please don't bring that to me. I don't like it. I don't appreciate it. And I like Zach. He's been very kind to me. Obviously, I just got the chance to go and hang out with him for a little bit in LA with Donna, and then in Phoenix with everybody else. And I love Zach. So please don't do that.
Exactly. And everyone should be allowed to come from their own lives and have their own things and whatever. But this kind of stuff is just divisive. We should really be sticking together and whatever. That's besides the point. Everyone has made mistakes, right. But the truth is, Lauren, you have done such an amazing job covering this case. And unfortunately, people in your real life just don't understand the magic of Lauren Neidigh.
I don't want to bring the magic to the personal life. I'm like, I just want to be like, over here is like everything in my day to day, and then over here is like all of this, right? So like,
why? You bring the magic wherever you go. I have a picture of you standing under a whiskey sign that I'm going to use as blackmail.
oh God,
I can extort you like Blake Lively did to Taylor Swift.
that is so.
Should I show it right here? Can this be the
No.
moment? I'll put it up on the screen. It will be so funny.
Okay. I mean, you can if you're dying to do that.
No, I won't do it to you.
No, I actually just don't. I don't care that much. I'm kind of like, what is the reason? You know what I
Remember,
mean?
you said can I? It will end things on a funny note.
Yeah, I don't
You
care.
remember when you were here? What was the date?
Ah, fuck.
It was my kids were in camp. It was right before July 4th. I feel no, it was right
It
after
was
July
after
4th.
July 4th. Yeah.
It was right after July
Yeah.
4th. Lauren was here, and then we went out. We did my show, and then we went out for drinks. Yes, and then she looked like a thumb.
I did look like a thumb. Which time? I do look like a thumb there. I look like one of those, you know, like the hold on. Anybody watch Spy Kids?
Yes.
Hang on. This is like, hang on, let me share the screen. This is like me, but like I have a face.
Oh my
Like, goddamn, I was red and everything.
I
a
love
mess.
it.
Yeah.
Oh my
All right.
God, you're the best, Lauren. I love you. Look,
Oh,
even
me too,
Murphy
man.
loves you.
Oh, hi.
Murphy,
Hang on,
Murphy
pull these up
wants
real
to
quick.
connect.
Millennial Mom, thank you for the 5. Donna, TikTok had weird mutes on Nag's videos in reference to Van Sham. Oh, that was interesting. Yeah.
TikTok for a while there was muting my videos when I would say Blake.
Yeah.
There was like a couple weeks there, I remember, where it would just go completely silent whenever I would say her name. So yes, they did have. So her crisis PR had connections at TikTok, maybe.
Yeah, yeah, and they muted my videos whenever but it was ridiculous.
I didn't get what you were doing. I'm such an idiot. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah. Tom Stansfield, thank you for the 2 pounds. You seen today's filing for Popcorn Planet? So funny. I haven't.
No,
I haven't. I guess Andy probably went over. I was working when he started, so I caught a little bit of that, but I must have missed that part.
I haven't seen it. Oh my God, what did we get? Oh, is that your Popcorn Planet hat? I don't have any merch.
Yeah.
I need to find some merch.
Right.
I have a Daily Joseph Donna merch.
Well, I don't have any of that. Send it to me.
I will.
Vilo90, thank you for being a member for 4 months. Love you and Donna Lauren. Y'all are hilarious. I agree with that. Yeah. I hope I'm saying this right. L yours. Thank you for the 7. That's why Jed Wallace said we're in a completely different media landscape in the exhibit and text messages. And that's the truth, man. Yeah. Millennial Mom, thank you for being a member for 3 months. Lauren is a secret Swiftie. I mean, I don't know about all that, but
You are.
yeah.
Are you going to watch her podcast tomorrow just to see if she leaves any
It depends.
Easter eggs?
What time is it?
Well, it's all day. It's like
All
whenever.
day. Oh no,
Like
I thought you meant
whenever.
like live. You know what I mean?
No,
Because
it like drops on Wednesday.
I gotta work 9 to 5, so before or after that.
Working
Yeah.
9 to 5.
What? She said.
What a way to make a living.
This is horrifying. All right. Oh, Andy's is in Florida. Okay, that's why I haven't seen it. I have to look at that. Just joined. Donna's lost it. Well, look at where she is. She didn't really have a choice.
I like hanging out with you. You bring out the crazier in me.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh my God, how funny. Vilo says it's sad that murder crime podcasts bring me less anxiety than this case. It's so true. True crime is less anxiety.
At least you know the person's already dead. I mean, I don't know. Maybe that's why.
Seriously.
Yeah, I mean, not at least they're dead. You know what I mean? But at least you know the outcome.
Yeah, but then you're like trying to decide if the murderer is still on the list.
Watch one of these expats or somebody be like, Lauren says she's glad people are dead. Rainy Day Sprite, thank you for the $20. The Lauren word, a t-shirt. Also, let's petition Nobel to reading Tui's prize. Okay. I forgot that she had one. So.
Oh, to take it away, basically.
Yes. Thank you, friend. All right, guys. I think I gotta get going because I was gonna eat earlier and then I dropped my spaghetti on the floor, so now I have to do something about that.
What?
I'm hungry.
Did you really throw spaghetti at the wall?
Did I throw it at the wall? I said I dropped it on the floor. Where did you get that from?
Well, because that's a saying. Like I threw spaghetti at the wall.
Yeah, but I didn't do that. I dropped it on the floor.
Maybe you didn't, and it just went. Nothing stuck.
No, I dropped it on the floor, and then I looked at it for a minute, and I was like, well, I just made all this spaghetti, but there were 2 meatballs that were sitting on top of the spaghetti on top of the floor, and I was like, technically the meatballs aren't on the floor. So what if I just ate them?
You should have.
I didn't.
5-second rule.
It was way more than 5 seconds. I was staring at it for a minute. I was like, I should really think about this. And then I got it all over my pants. So I was like tracking tomato sauce all the way to the laundry room. Like it was like Dexter's first murder or something when he didn't know how to clean it up.
It's a true crime podcast.
Yeah. All right, everyone.
I love you, Lauren. You're the best. And I'm
No,
so
love you
sorry
too.
for the tough times. But you know what? You've got me and all the thousands of, what do you call your people?
I don't know.
You
I don't have a
to
song or a name. Yeah.
You don't have a name for your court of random opinioners?
No?
You
Am I
guys,
supposed to?
yeah, come up with a name for yourselves.
All right. Well, I don't have
Well,
one.
okay, the lethal Laurens. Someone has to come up with a
God,
name.
that's bad. Oh.
We've got to
a
come up with a
mouthful.
good name for your people.
All right, we'll work on it.
All right, love you. You're the best.
Me too. I'll see you later.
Randos. That's a great one.
I'd probably live with that. Yeah.
What about randos?
That's fine.
Are you excited about it or like really angry about it? I can't tell.
I'm not really angry. I'm just.
You're like,
I'm not,
you're literally like, that's okay. I
that's
guess
my
I'll take it."
default. You know this. This is how we met. I walked up to you and I was like, hi.
Oh yeah, that's right. Literally, I was like, Laura!
You made such a big deal out of that. I was like, literally, what do you want from me? This is like how I am all the time.
Okay, randos. The randos. You guys are the randos. I love you, randos. Go enjoy your spaghetti and go clean the blood off the
I
floor.
won't because I dropped it on the floor. I'll probably make some more though.
The random cunts. That's
Yeah.
a good one. Okay.
Random cunts is fine. I can live with that too.
All right. Love you guys.
Bye.
Bye.